Welcome back to the NDS. We are here at Milwaukee for the 20th race of the season. Qualifying down the list and back on up. This is going to be a hell of a day. Plenty of short tracking to have. Well, it's technically a mile long, but it has a short track feel. That's all that matters. Canadian Lux on pole. Everybody lined up. And the 9 is going to take us to the green flag to kick off the Clorox 400. Here we go. Top 2 getting good. Kind of getting down to the inside lane. That's where you want to be. RS Fast and 11 fighting off for 3rd. He's got to get down and looks like the inside lane is getting pretty filled up. Toad Warrior finding himself kind of marooned on the outside early on. Seeing what the deal is here for this 60 team. They want to get down as fast as they can. As the 11 of CS Fast and 11 battling very intently here. RS Fast and 11 moving into 2nd place. Jake able to come on in. He's looking for 3rd. He's going to get it. Had been an unscheduled stop for the 99 of Laundry Sauce. He'll go a lap down as he qualified last already. The 60 is still trying to hold on. He is fighting that 71 very hard to keep ahead, and he will. But the 66, a fucking Ringo dude, he's behind, and he wants a shot at this. With drivers back to Krugermeyer rounding out the top 10. Although the 33 of Hyperdrive could be getting inside the top 10 here pretty soon with a move that he might make. And he'll make it all right. The 33 entering the top 10. Logan also peaking as well. Plenty of drivers looking for it. Battle for the lead kicking off pretty hard here. 99's early issues are going to put him behind the 8 ball pretty much the entire day. So that's the last we'll really touch on that. Meanwhile, fast lanes. They're in the fast lane as the 11 picks up 3rd and the 23 takes the lead. KSS BSS is also here. He is actually pretty good. Jake has been... He kind of had a little bit of a misstep there about a lap ago going into 1. That allowed the 11 to get by, and it's just pain. Meanwhile, the 71 and the 60 are going back to battling. The 60 is actually holding his own very well. I mean, that's about as much as you can ask for when you're up there to not lose ground. And I'm thinking there are some drivers who are getting a little bit impatient as the 6 has gotten underneath the 66. That's going to be some spots. Everyone, all the way back to Logan in 11th, is kind of battling here. The 66 managed to run off the corner pretty well and is now trying to be the next man to get the pass on Toad Warrior. Yeah, the gap back to Zentz is pretty significant there. There's a lot of time lost. Like, let's actually take the 9 of Canadian Lux. He has been hounding RS Fast and 11 try to get this lead back. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that easy there. I do not know why there's a Ferris wheel in the middle of the track. But what I do know is that the 23 is actually starting to gap the 9 again. Now that we're watching it, that's how that works. As soon as we're not watching, the best shit happens. Yeah, Zentz and them are pretty far back in company. Ben McDonald, who is currently trying to work his way up through the pack, he's got his hands full. Born Ready, 47. Racing Fan, 38. Dabi-san in the 7. Team Duke actually starting to pull up as well. He's been making up spots early on as he's making his way through the field. But 38 pulling some good moves to try to rush the 16 and then try to get the pass on the 47. Frosty to Otter and Mizzou both having a good battle there. They're those guys who are pretty on the fringes of the wild card, so they're trying to outpoint each other. That's important, especially with the 43 trying to climb up into this battle. But the 8 and 78, they're battling each other for a lot here. Tiger Man, Seto, Kyle D, they're all kind of a little bit rough sledding so far. You can definitely see the struggles within. Anyone else in the back here pretty caught up. That one Racer and Misty Viper are both pretty far back. And the newly renumbered 10 of Iris is outpacing both of them so far. Whoa. 31 getting a little contact on the 1. They're racing hard in the back. Man, Misty Viper just doesn't give a shit. Anyone else in the back who's really that important? Not particularly. Laundry Sauce in 41st place. What the fuck happened? The 19 of Landon. Something happened to Landon. He's back out on track. I don't know what this could have been, but he's currently kind of breaking up this lead group. He's 3 laps down to the moment, so he took longer than Laundry. Like, I gotta start making a list of these people who have been having issues. Okay. 19 car, 99 car. All right, noted. Also, the 66 is trying to get through here. Let's take a look at the top spots, actually. Forgot to do that. Yeah, Jake in the top 5 are running away, but the 66 is in 6th. Here comes the 71. The 42 doing a great job slicing through, and I think that's Toad Warrior who is back to 11th place now. How's RS's lead holding up? It's there. Within the roof of that 9 car, you could see like that's the battle. The 9, like he's definitely had it rough because he's currently 14th in points. He's trying to look for all the points he can need himself to vault himself into the top 12 in points. Because the cut line gets ferocious, and the 19 needs all the help he can get. He's trying to outrun the 66 and the 84. And there are other guys who can just get into the playoffs with a win, like the 71, the 24, and honestly, the 54 can win. That'd be great for her. 23 went high in that corner, so he's going to lose a lot of time down the straight. So now he's got to nail it right here. You see, can this 23 keep the 9 at bay? That's the question here. Try to use the intimidate button. Oh, he got a little high that time. The 9's been trying to get some good exits. But the 23 just has that determination about him. Right, line up that one right up along the bottom line. We'll get back to you on that one. Let's take a look at what Toad Warrior is battling in 10th. See Hyperdrive. Currently running in the 11th position. But he gets down there. He's going to try and make the pass. But he's kind of sliding up a bit. He's got to clear. That was aggressive, 33. That was a lot. That was almost bad. But Toad Warrior trying to outbreak into 3 to get around. And Zent, who is in 12th, is starting to catch. I think Toad's just going to let this one go. Kind of a tough thing to do. Landon, who has been kind of there. Team Duke, who is suddenly in 14th. He's got a rocket ship no matter what we give him. Whoa, the 19. 19 is not looking good at all. 3 laps down and is kind of out of control. Tiger Man wants to take advantage to get a spot on Team Duke, and he will. Ben McDonald currently running in the 16th position. I think we're experiencing a bit of an earthquake here. All right, I think we're good. Mizzou, 19th. Let's take a look at those leaders here. It's just not, it hasn't been really, the needle hasn't really moved, as the 86 is on pit road. Not sure what's kind of happening here with these pit guys, but this track might be kind of tough on tires. But 21 as well. As the 9 coming for the lead. The 31 actually backs out significantly. There's no real potential for a crossover, so the 9 has the lead. We're getting a second tremor right now. And we're good. Tiger Man, who is kind of getting his way up through the field. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell how far they'll go or how long they'll be green. We've gone about a third of the distance already. And we see some drivers still making moves. And they're still racing hard. Like, we saw a 19 overstep his boundaries, even though he was already 3 laps down. But you can still have close, hard racing like this. But there's only really about those 38 drivers still in the lead lap. Yeah, it's kind of just been this big cat and mouse game as you start to see some slower traffic up ahead. You don't want to see that if you're one of these leaders here. This track is not that long. That's what you got to remember. Someone's falling off a bit. 43 is kind of falling out of favor right now, as he is back to 9th right now. The trials and tribulations of KSSBSS. And other drivers are trying to flourish here. Like, it's pretty good to see the 66 back in the top 5. 71 is going to attempt to pass. And there's still plenty of distance between those leaders. Like, those cars that are very fast, they want another shot at the front. I think the 71 and the 66 are both drivers who are desperate for something to happen. They're going to put themselves in a position to get it done if they can. Obligatory leaders. As they're close to each other. They are getting close to each other. 23 is definitely in range to try something. I don't think he will. I think he's waiting for a better opportunity with how this lap traffic works itself out. Speaking of lap traffic, High Tank Gunner. Tank Gunner and Laundry Sauce are 2 drivers not on the lead lap, but The leaders are closing. '23 got a lot better entry and middle corner speed there. Problem is, you don't want to sacrifice exit when you have such a good corner like that. This could be the time for the 23 to strike. But guys like Tank Gunner, they're close there. The two leaders getting close to putting this 48 a lap down. And the 9, he knows he has to get by that slower traffic, just trying to figure out how and when. Not quite then. That's going to put you right behind Tank Gunner, which is going to be slowing you down a lot. But 23 wants to peak, but you're going to peak a lap car. It might actually work. But 9 has to just hope to go around, while the 23 is hoping to make the pass with the lap car. But 9 might be put himself in a disadvantageous line. No, I think the 9's going to try to make it work. Like, it's not over for 23. Like, I would look into going 3 wide, but there's just not enough track. I think the 9's going to take it there. So now Tank Gunner gets to drift up the track, and the 23 is going to go on by as well. This has allowed Laundry Sauce to kind of run away a bit. Kind of slow these leaders down to have at least something happen. Let's check in on nobody yet because we're going to have a pass for the lead. 23 wants to ship it to the inside and just rotate better. He's got it that time, and he's got the lead now. RS Fast and 11 back out front. Yeah, I see the 84. Team Duke is just kind of flatlined at about 15th right now. But with KSS's fall, there's still more cars to pass. Tiger Man's up in the top 10. He's got himself a good run. Ben McDonald going to put one on the 43. He's going to attempt to put one on the 43. He just entered in so much deeper on the brakes that you got to brave and just go back behind him. If he can rotate and be brave on braking zone, then you're good. Zentz has fallen to 17th. That can be a bit of an issue for this 17 team. Racing Fan managing pretty good. Born Ready rounding out top 20. That one Racer coming off the pit. Now we're starting to see more drivers pitting. I think this could be normal pitting time. But the thing is, Laundry Sauce, he's got that. He's holding up the 23. RS Fast 11 needs to peak and make a move, but there's so much lappers right now. Holy hell. There's like 4 of them. Jerry, Laundry Sauce, Wolf Van Halen, and the Puff are all crowding the racing track as the 23 is looking for a way around now. Jerry going a lap down. And this might be a one-stop race that you win on pit road. And the 9 is looking for an alternate path around the 23. If a 23 is stuck, the 9 could capitalize. Oh, whoa! Laundry Sauce sends it in on the 21. And the leaders are right around him. What's the 99 doing out there? Laundry Sauce, like, But 23 is clearly wants to get by this guy, but he doesn't want to have to put up with him for that much longer. But 23's just got to brave it in braking zone and just end it. I know it's tough racing around a guy you don't want to race around, but that's just it. That's just racing. And speaking of racing, as they're getting by laundry sauce, don't look now, but CS Fastlane 11 is laying down some good laps, and he has brought some backup with him. 77 of Jake, and this 66 of Ringo. I mean, they've got to pass all the lap cars that the leaders have too, but, it's tough. The Puff is next. You got guys like BS Fast 11 and Queso. The Puff ran high that time, so that's going to be an easy lap for the 23. We're in the one-stop race window right now. They can make it on one pit stop. The 9 trying to not let the 50 impede his progress. Meanwhile, the battle for third is kind of underwhelming as well, as more lap traffic continues to be the main story here. Logan working his way up to 6. That's a good start. As now the lap cars are getting double wide. Yeah, this could be tough. The 99 up the track a bit. You can see Toad Warrior in 7th, just kind of eyeing this one out. They're trying to get Jerry past all the lap cars so they could pass him normally right now. Who's going to brave it on the low side going into a turn? Meanwhile, how's the lead division going? They're 1-2, pretty close to each other right now. Can't keep our eyes off it because they can't get away from each other. RS Fast 11 and Canadian Lux. 2 peas in a pod right now. But I think the 23 is starting to gap. I mean, I always appreciate a good battle for the lead, but, you can't just be close all the time and not pass. That kind of kills the vibe, so to speak. Speaking of getting the vibe killed, the 71 getting put in a bad line. As there's still a shit show's worth of traffic to get through. The 21, just kind of managing his stuff right now. Yeah, look at this. There's so many of these drivers who are in close proximity of each other for the length of a track. It's kind of ridiculous. Speaking of being kind of ridiculous, next show up, Dirtman 5 has kind of fallen to the wayside. As there are more lap cars here than what you can imagine. The 9 trying to catch. It's just Dirtman 5. The BS Fast 11 is going to be the next one. And then after that, it's going to be the 51 of Queso. Case driving himself a good Walmart car. Headed to the grocery aisle after this race. That was a bad joke. But the 9 is finding himself stuck in the same cars that got the 23 stuck. So it's equivalent exchange. This basically bodes well for RS Fast 11 because Dirtman 5 and BS Fast 11 are racing each other and they have no incentive to let the 9 by. Blue flags, what are those? It's called a motor race, sonny. Speaking of a motor race, the 11 is back to 6. He lost some spots. Logan in top 5, 66 running 4th, Jake in 3rd. Some of these guys up here might have a car that could possibly get a win here. They got to get by the Puff and BS Fast 11 and Dirtman 5. And RS Fast 11 is getting around Queso. Which, there's a lot of that to do. But still, though, can they make it all the way on one stop? Or do they even have to make a stop? I do think they have to make a stop because... Oh, wait. Caution on the track. Front straightaway. Oh, the 2. God damn. They're all going by the 2. Oh, it wasn't even the 2's fault. It was the 10 of Iris. Iris going all the way around the high side. I mean, kind of whiffs the corner and nowhere for Joe Mama to go, is Joe Mama and Iris both involved in the wreck. The 10 able to kind of get away on the lead lap. Same cannot be said for the 2 car, as issues for the 38. Oh, what the fuck? We had a guy upside down. Maybe this is what the caution was for. The 1 just fucking takes out the 38. Oh no. He's up on the wall. 38's upside down. So we had 2 reasons of caution. The 1 car, who, mind you, was 2 laps down to this point. Just about... He just Corey LaJoys it into the corner. Like, okay, in the 1's defense, I think the 38 may have been off the pace. But there's no excuse for just headhunting an opponent like that. God. And the 38's out of the race. That he would have came to rest on all 4s if it wasn't for the fact that he got zipped to pit road pretty quickly after that incident. Get him there immediately. And it looks like the drivers are staying out. All right. Landon's 4 laps now. Okay, so aside from the 38 being out of the race, we have 30 cars on the lead lap. Joe Mama was able to stay on the lead lap somehow. And it looks like the top spots are going to go to the top 10 currently. RS Fast and 11, Canadian Lux, Jake, Ringo, and Logan round out the top 5. With CS Fast and 11, Toad Warrior, Hyperdrive, Tiger Man, and Frosty Wusky rounding out the top 10. Not to be confused with the other Frosty. We have 2 Frosties in this league. Don't ask. And if you're wondering, the other one's in 11th. So they're literally running right next to each other. Yeah, I love confusion. But you know what I love more than confusion? Green flags. Because it's back out and we're racing again. RS Fast and 11 gets the jump, and he is trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. CS Fast and 11 back in 6th place. He's trying to find a way to nest among the inside lane, but that's where the lap cars are. The lead lap cars having to deal with all these slower drivers. Remember, the long green flag run, we had drivers lap each other. As the 9 up into the wall, Canadian Lux. It's going to scrape off some speed. That moves Jake into the runner-up spot. And fucking Ringo, dude, in 3rd. 66 is running a great race. He wants to see something to show for it. Because it has been... Oh, man. Oh, the 11 spins! CS! Into the outside wall. And oh my god, they're all slowing down. Can they all make it? I believe they do. It was the 11 car. CS Fast and 11. It looks like he wanted the low lane, but Hyperdrive just threw it in there. And with nowhere else for the 33 to go other than directly into the 11's quarter panel, the 11 spins up the track, barely missing the 34 of Tiger Man. And this angle tells you all you need to know about the entire pack avoiding the incident with the spinning car of CS Fast 11. I mean, he had a top 3 car on speed, potentially, but that day, it's ruined now. He's back there. RS Fast 11 now as a pace. The race will restart with 11 to go, so inside, outside lane again. Cautions breed cautions. Don't you forget that. So 30 cars in the lead lap, back to CS Fast and 11. And we got ourselves the 6 has entered the top 10. That is Krugmeyer. Everyone else in the top 10, they've been in the top 10 the entire run. Team Duke has snuck into 11th place. This team qualified outside the top 25, and now they have an outside shot at the top 10. Ben McDonald running 12th. Kyle D, KSS, and Misty Viper round out the top 15. But the 23 of RS Fast 11 leads. Jake running 2nd, trying to keep that points lead at bay. And Ringo running 3rd, really might not want to see that 23 win. But here we go. Green flag in the air. 11 to go. RS Fast 11, he's got a good start there. Jake has to try and reason with the 51. I don't think that's going to work. Oh, it might. Jake gets some clearance. And the 66 is kind of wrestling with him now as well, as 3rd place is on the line. Because he's got to try to get away in, not let the 9 pass. The 9 is running 4th place. And the 66 does not want to lose 3rd. Jake running 2nd, trying to run down RS Fast 11. But here we go. Look at this mess of a car right here. The 60, a Toad Warrior. And then when the lap cars, they get double file, it gets bad. Like, you notice how bad it gets. The Puff did not have a good corner, so kind of betrayed the 60 there. Oh, maybe not. He's coming back on it. Tiger Man running 7th. Pretty good deal for everyone here right now. Canadian Lux, who is currently 4th. You can take a look at the mess here. Just how much madness the pack is incurring here. See the 48 of Tank Gunner up the track. He's not fast at all. Hyperdrive running himself a good race as Team Duke hanging in the top 10. He's even getting a little 3 wide here as Tank Gunner really slow on that corner. 84 is just too good right now as we have a late race lead here. Caution is out. Jake and RS will have to kind of slow their roll for now. As now it's do or die. I think it was Gamma who brought the caution out. Can confirm it was Gamma. And I don't think it particularly was Gamma's. Oh, maybe. I mean, Gamma cooked it in on Born Ready. This accident took like half a lap to fully play out. So Gamma and Born go high. Next up is Mizzou in the 78, a veteran, with Dabi-san on limited starts. Mizzou slides up there. The 36 of Billy Mays even gets into it. But then Dabi-san slides up into Gamma, causing Gamma to spin off the bumper. So the 22, there were like 5 different cars getting contact in that little mess, which ultimately led to the 22 getting spun around. I mean, I don't blame anyone in particular. I mean, if you wanted to point fingers, it'd be the 7, but I mean, this is only her 5th start in a season where she's preparing for a season 7 rookie run, so I'm not going to be too hard. Meanwhile, you know what is going to be difficult, though, is this final run. It is not over yet. We will go racing again, and it's going to be a 3-lap dash between these 3 mad lads. RS Fastlane 11, Jake, and fucking Ringo, dude. I mean, Logan and Canadian Lux are both going to have a top 5 run, but when it comes to getting the win of the race, it's these 3. You have 2 drivers who are hunting for the regular season points lead, and you have another driver who is trying to insert himself as a contender. All right, take your bets, because I'm certainly not. I don't know what's going to fucking happen, but it might be great. Green flag. Here we go. Everybody looks like they're getting a pretty neutral start, so you'll see them go single file into the corner entry, as you do. I think Jake might try the first move. I don't know. Maybe the 23 is starting to get away from him here. Jake has to get to the 23 before he makes the move, but I think if a 66 makes first move, then I think 23 runs away with the lead. But I'm going to be honest, he's already doing that right now. 2 to go. Jake is not having a good time right now. That 77 is playing more defense than offense, which not exactly the best thing whenever the lead of the race is right in front of your face. Here comes the 66. On the inside, he's fighting. I think the 66 got some fight in him. Coming to the white flag. One more time around. I mean, I don't think he can make up half a second in 1 lap, but that would be fucking cool. But 23 has to nail his corners. Down the back for the final time. 3 and 4 looks good. It's a good points haul day for the 66. But when it comes to the win, it's going to be the 23 of RS Fastlane 11. Getting it done at Milwaukee. Man, they're all finishing across that line. What a day. Some drivers cashed in very well, while others kind of crashed and burned. Plenty of good finishing positions, some good, some bad. Most of us finished. Sorry about that. But that is all we have for this race. We will see you next time. Take care.